May I come in, sir?
Yes, please do.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am.
Good evening. Please sit down.
Sorry.
बैठिए. You're Gargi. Gargi, English is going to be your preferred medium for interview?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're comfortable?
Yes, sir.
Gargi, you must have noticed that we are taking adequate care when it comes to COVID, and we have taken many steps. One of the steps is that we have kept your chair at adequate distance,
Yes.
so that you feel safe. Others will also feel safe. Another advantage of this arrangement is that if you feel like removing your mask, then considering that you are at a safe distance from anybody in this room, you can consider removing your mask. Would you like to?
Okay, sir. Yes,
Please
sir.
do.
Thank you, sir.
Comfortable?
Yes, sir.
Can we start? Okay. Then I want you to introduce yourself to the board members in a manner that your name is not repeated, your caste, your community, your locality, these things are not indicated. Please do.
Sir, I have done my basic education from DAV Public School, and further I have done my graduation in mathematics from University of Delhi in 2015. And my hobbies is sketching portrait, and my optional subject is public administration. And recently in the 64th BPSC I have been selected on the post of Rural Development Officer.
Okay, you have taken public administration here and you are selected as Rural Development Officer.
Yes, sir.
That makes a perfect match. Then why are you looking for change?
Sir, I think the post that I am aspiring for, the SDM, that will give me a bigger and better platform to serve more number of people, and that also would involve the role of development.
You're basically from, your discipline is public administration, and Rural Development Officer is currently your the allotted service.
Yes.
You must have studied the 73rd and 74th Amendment.
Yes,
that has a lot to do with rural development. Can you tell me, if you talk about, for example, these amendments, how many articles were added to Constitution?
Sir, I can't remember the exact.
There a whole part was added to the Constitution.
Yes,
Which
sir.
part is it?
Part 9 and 9A.
9 and 9A? Sure. How many articles are there in 9 and how many articles are there in 9A?
Sir, it starts from 253 article number and then it goes on till ZG, I think.
You're not
That's a
sure.
rough guess.
Okay, you can go and check, no problem. You have taken mathematics as your graduation subject, right? And you have studied from Delhi University.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what is the contribution of women when it comes to mathematics? Indian women,
Yes,
obviously.
sir. Indian women in the field of mathematics have been in the eminent role since very ancient times. Sir, one example of that is Leelavati, the Bhaskaracharya's daughter. Like, she was the reason, she inspired him to write a book in which a chapter is dedicated to her. And further, sir, the name of Shakuntala Devi is prominent.
You'll jump from Aryabhat to Shakuntala Devi directly?
Sir, there have not been many prominent women.
Okay, then tell me why. Why, when it comes to mathematics, it's not just mathematics. Even in current times, if the entire STEM, as we call, is where women are not getting adequate representation, isn't it? Why?
Sir, actually, when we look from the perspective of women, the education from ancient to medieval times and then to the modern times, the science education was not promoted at that scale. And because of that, there was a need to bring the Renaissance in the modern time and promote the science education in India. And talking about women, sir, also they were like largely confined to households and not very prominent names have emerged in the field of science and all those areas.
You mentioned that you are basically from Gaya.
Yes, sir.
If we talk about your district, can you tell me, if I am a visitor there, let's suppose I'm your guest and you have to take me to 3 places in your district. What will be these 3 places? Of course, apart from both Gaya.
Sir, in Gaya, I would like to take you to Vishnupat temple, which is a prominent place where Sri Ram came with Lakshman and Sita to offer Pinddan to their father, and that has a significance not just like mythologically. It is otherwise situated on the river bank of Falgu, which is considered sacred otherwise also. Second place would be like Gurpa, the hills of Gurpa, that has Bodhisattva, like there the last Bodhisattva is said to be waiting for the next Bodhisattva, Maitreya. That would be the next one. And sir, third would be Vat Vriksh, Amar Vat Vriksh in like near, it is nearby to a Shakti Peeth called Mangala Gauri, and that has got like a Vardhan from Ma Sita.
Fine, Gargi, thank you. Ma'am.
Gargi.
Yes, ma'am.
What is dynamic administration by Mary Parker Follett?
I can't recall right now.
Your optional is public administration.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, okay, I will guess if you allow me to.
No. Can you please tell me what is Rigg's theory of society?
Okay. Ma'am, Rigg's theory is basically like it is a part of comparative public administration, where he has compared the public administration of like agraria industria economy. Like he said that the economy, as the economy transforms itself, so does the public administration, so does the society and the governance and all.
Okay. Can you evaluate Bihar's performance in COVID situation?
Ma'am, Bihar, I would like to categorize into various points. Like in vaccination, like Bihar has been one of the top performing states, and in the overall COVID cases and management of COVID also, there has been a like there was not very many cases. The rise in cases was very much slowed down because of the brilliant administration and the proper like local level administration efforts. Like when the migrants they flew from Delhi to Bihar, they were like kept in separate isolation wards and all, and there they were like.
So according to you, the performance of Bihar government was exemplary.
Yes, ma'am.
During COVID situation.
Yes, ma'am.
How many deaths occurred due to COVID in Bihar till now?
Ma'am, I'm not very much sure about that.
Are you aware regarding the availability of medicines and hospital beds?
Ma'am, that was like not very great. In that aspect, like there were hoarding of medicines and also black marketing. Like I have personally seen it during the COVID, that the private medicine, like the sample medicines, they were sold in the market at like very high prices, and also oxygen shortage.
What is the literacy rate in Bihar for male and female both?
Ma'am, 63.7%, I guess, 63 point something %. And for female, ma'am, for it is the overall literacy, and male literacy is 73% and female literacy is 53, around 53%.
Okay, I'll give you a situation. My last question to you. You are posted in a district, and there your subordinates refuse to take orders from a female. They refuse to take orders from a female officer. What options do you have now?
Like being their superior, like I would like to have contact, like I would like to have a talk with them and explain and like ask them also ki why they are not like taking orders and all. And I would like to present my point of view as well. Also, sir, also ma'am, there is a need to build a maybe out of office bond as well. Maybe they would like if they would know that.
No, they don't subscribe to the idea of women being an officer.
So, ma'am, then being their superior, like I would have to pass orders and like.
That's what they're not taking orders.
There is, I think.
Okay, thank you, Gargi.
Talks and all.
Gargi, you are working as a rural development officer, right? What is development according to you?
Sir, development is the overall well-being of a society. That starts from obviously individual development and like the main pillars would be for me education and health. Also the overall well-being like of a family.
What is difference between growth and development?
Growth is mainly perceived as an economic indices, whereas development is more about human resource, like developing.
Suppose forest cover of Bihar increases by some amount. What would it be, growth or development?
Sir, it would be development which would ultimately lead to the growth.
Development will lead to growth or growth will lead to development?
But sir, forest like it would provide a source of economic economic well-being.
Which kind of forests are found in Bihar? Natural forest.
Sorry.
What is a forest? How do you define forest?
Forest is an area of green cover, but like I am not very sure about.
Area of green cover, green cloth. Green.
No sir, area covered by plantation and.
Any area covered by plant is forest?
No sir, I'm not sure about the exact.
What is the forest cover of Bihar?
23%.
Bihar.
It's less than the national average.
Are you feeling nervous?
No sir.
Are you comfortable?
Yes sir.
Okay. What is the difference between rural area and urban area?
Sir, rural area where the population is basically based subsistent kind of economy, and they are mainly dependent on the agriculture and other activities related to agriculture only. And urban area is defined as the area which is non-subsistence and like they have other modes of employment as well.
What lessons from rural area should a urban area learn?
From rural area, sir. Sir.
Point wise.
Okay, sir. Sir, in the rural area, the families, the society is like dependent on each other. That is seen more often. That like they are codependent. They live in a codependent.
I got the point. Okay. Next point.
Sir, next would be, sir, the happiness index is
more in rural area.
More in rural area.
Next. Your optional subject is public administration.
Yes.
Tell me honestly, what our country need, more managers or more administrators?
Sir, management is basically like.
No, I'm not asking for the explanation. More managers or more administrators?
Sir, I would say more administrators, because management is mainly
part of administration.
Yeah, part of administration.
Because your optional is public administration.
Yes, sir. I would say that.
Okay, my last question to you, Gargi. बिहार में इतिहास के अलावा अगर इतिहास को छोड़ दिया जाए तो प्राउड फील करने के लिए, गौरवान्वित होने के लिए क्या है?
सर, बिहार में मैंने देखा है कि हमारे एरिया में बहुत सारे बच्चे लाइक साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी और लाइक IITs एंड UPSC इन सब में,
क्योंकि दूसरा कोई विकल्प नहीं है उनकी ज़िंदगी में।
नहीं सर, ये आउट ऑफ लाइक वो जिस सोसाइटी में रहते हैं उन्हें,
नहीं, बिहार के बच्चे तैयारी करते हैं IIT की, मैं मानता हूँ,
यस
लेकिन फाइनली IIT में रेशो देखिए पूरे देश से, ऐसा तो नहीं है केवल बिहार से IIT भरा हुआ है।
नहीं सर, लेकिन लाइक मैं अपने एरिया की बात कर रही हूँ। हमारे यहाँ एक
आपके
जगह
यहाँ लिटरेसी रेट कितनी है?
55%, मतलब फीमेल
और
लिटरेसी।
सबसे अधिक लिटरेट डिस्ट्रिक्ट कौन सा है बिहार का?
सर रोहतास,
कितना है लिटरेसी रेट?
आई थिंक 76%।
तो सबसे हाईली लिटरेट डिस्ट्रिक्ट की लिटरेसी रेट ये है ना? अच्छा, और कोई प्राउड होने के लिए हमारे पास कोई चीज़ हो बिहार के लिए?
सर हमारी संस्कृति सर, जो
फिर इतिहास की बात आ गई, इतिहास के अलावा?
ओके सर, लाइक आवर प्रोडक्ट्स हैव बीन गॉट GI इंडिकेशन टैग्स, शाही लीची एंड।
ओके, थैंक यू गार्गी सर।
ओके गार्गी, आप तो गया से हैं?
यस सर।
मगही भाषी हैं, परिचय दीजिए अपना मगही में।
सर हमारा नाम गार्गी कुमारी है, हम गया जिला के वासी ही।
अच्छा,
नो है, आई विल कंटिन्यू। साल 2015 में हम दिल्ली आईली और दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय से गणित में स्नातक के लिए, और हमारी रुचि स्केचिंग।
गार्गी, अगर आपने तो लगातार दिल्ली में पढ़ाई की है, दिल्ली में मिस्टर अरविंद केजरीवाल की गवर्नमेंट है, बिहार में नीतीश कुमार जी की गवर्नमेंट है। मान लीजिए बिहार और दिल्ली के चीफ मिनिस्टर्स को 6 महीने के लिए बदल दिया जाए, एक्सचेंज कर दिया जाए। अरविंद केजरीवाल जी बिहार के चीफ मिनिस्टर हो जाएं और नीतीश कुमार जी दिल्ली के चीफ मिनिस्टर, केवल 6 महीने के लिए। मुझे बताइए कि बिहार को क्या लाभ होगा और दिल्ली को क्या लाभ होगा?
सर नीतीश कुमार का स्टैंड जो है वो महिलाओं के लिए, मतलब उनकी पॉलिसी का उसमें एक जेंडर एस्पेक्ट होता है हमेशा ही।
कि दिल्ली में अगर नीतीश कुमार जी होंगे तो दिल्ली की महिलाएं अधिक सुरक्षित और बेहतर महसूस करेंगी।
यस सर। और केजरीवाल जी का जो योगदान है, जो प्रमुख शिक्षा और स्वास्थ्य में उनका काफ़ी ध्यान रहता है, तो उस हिसाब से सर बिहार में सर मे बी प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल्स और इन सब चीज़ों के लाइक ज़्यादा बनेंगे, और वहाँ की जो सरकारी स्कूलें हैं उनकी हालत बेहतर होगी।
ठीक है गार्गी, आपसे बात करके हमें अच्छा लगा। आपका इंटरव्यू समाप्त होता है, आप जा सकती हैं।
थैंक यू सर। थैंक यू मैम।
टेक यू सीट। जी गार्गी, बताइए, आपके हिसाब से आपका पिछले बार का जो मार्कशीट आ गया कि नहीं?
यस सर।
कितने नंबर आए?
सर इंटरव्यू में कम थे, 70 मार्क्स।
70। क्यों आपको लग रहा है कम है? किन एरियाज में इंटरव्यू ठीक हुआ था?
नहीं सर, लाइक मुझे लगा कि कुछ क्वेश्चंस थे जो मुझे आने चाहिए थे और मैंने नहीं जवाब दिए थे उन क्वेश्चंस के।
कम्युनिकेशन वहाँ पे कैसा था आपका?
कम्युनिकेशन सर
ऐसा ही था या इससे बेहतर था या इससे कुछ कम था?
सर ऐसा ही था।
ऐसा ही था। गार्गी, देखिए, आप अच्छी कैंडिडेट हैं, आपने ग्रेजुएशन किया है दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी से, आप पहले से सिलेक्टेड कैंडिडेट हैं, आप उस पूरी प्रक्रिया से गुजर चुकी हैं। सो यू ऑलरेडी नो व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज एक्सपेक्टेड आउट ऑफ यू and what are the thrust areas as far as the process is concerned. So you are in position to analyze yourself a lot, right? To us, you are a good candidate. In general, your personality is good, but there are areas where you can further improve, and these areas include the areas of communication, right? So please consider that you are already selected. There is no need for you to be that scared as you're looking today, right? You're getting my point? Yes. I don't know why to me you looked very scared, as if you are not enjoying the process. You're not looking forward to this conversation. It appeared that you want to run away from it. So, which is not a good idea, right? obviously there you will not have as bad a chairperson as here you're getting, but there obviously there too you need to be happy having conversation with the board members. So my suggestion will be that appear welcoming rather than scared. This is one thing you have to work on, right? You got to, your sitting posture in general is good, but your voice sometimes is very, very low, I mean in terms of volume.
Okay.
So you need to raise your voice a bit. That will be adding to effectiveness of your communication, right?
Okay, sir.
I'm not talking about content right now, I'm talking about the communication thing. Hand movement by and large is restricted. There were a few places where you appear to be a little as if you're not here type, as if you are kind of absent here. You're not fully involved in the conversation, and that's why this good morning, good evening thing in the beginning, and then there was smile at wrong places at a few times. So smile is good, but you need to smile at right places, right?
Yes.
So these are a few things. Whenever you're given, whenever you're given factual questions, either you will be knowing the answer or you will not be knowing the answer. So factual questions are hardly a problem. If you know the answer, deliver the answer. If you don't know the answer, simply say sorry, doesn't matter. But whenever the open-ended questions are given, you don't have this luxury of not answering. You don't have luxury of not deciding. For example, you are given a situation where you have to decide. What will you do? You cannot get away with by not doing anything. You have to do something, right? You get? These are, especially for women candidates, I've been advising many times. Firmness is a thing that will help you. For a male candidate, softness, compassion is a thing that will help them. For women, the firmness is something that will help. So whenever you speak with a firm voice, loud voice, firm voice. It will be in your favor, right? Other things, in general, you are doing good. Bihar, prepare well. Also, whenever the candidates from JNU, DU are appearing in the Bihar service, they board generally have this thing this apprehension in their mind that you are cut off from the state, from the culture. Therefore, be prepared for these hard questions that should reflect that you are connected with the state. Though now you are already selected, so you have that safe thing. But still, my advice will be that whenever state is being discussed, for example, you are asked to speak in the dialect or wherever, there you should show kind of happiness and kind of eagerness to interact on those lines. Other things are in place. I'm sure you'll do very good, right? All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.